One of the most painful things about being discarded by an avoidant is the complete lack of closure that you're given. You're given little to no explanation as to why your partner just dropped you like a sack of potatoes out of nowhere. Everything was going great. You felt like you had finally met your person. You felt a connection and a chemistry that was off the charts. And then all of a sudden, the rug is pulled from under your feet, and you're not given any clarity as to why you were just thrown away like it didn't even matter. The avoidant might ghost you altogether and you get no answers. Or if they tell you anything, it's very vague excuses. I can't give you what you need. I'm just not ready for a relationship right now. You and I, we're on different levels. I'm just overwhelmed with work. I just need some time and space to myself so I can think, so I can heal, so I can work on myself. Right person, wrong time. Can't we just be friends? And you're given little to no explanation otherwise. And when you push for more answers, they get even more distant, or they disappear and stop replying to you altogether. And you don't understand why they can't even give you a real explanation as to why they just ended a wonderful relationship. Well, here's the thing. Avoidance, well, they avoid. That's why they are called avoidant. They avoid self-reflection. When they have their avoidant fears triggered, fears of abandonment, rejection, engulfment, their methodology is to avoid the problem. That's how they've learned it from childhood. You take your feelings, you suppress them, you bury them, and you run from your problems. When you don't think about your feelings and why you feel them, how can you possibly articulate them? They get these overwhelming fears, but they don't process these fears. They don't process these emotions. They avoid them. So when you don't actually think about your feelings, there's no real way to explain them to somebody. You can't put them into words if you don't even reflect on them. Self-reflection requires facing your feelings and facing your fears and taking accountability. Well, avoidants, they don't want to face emotions that are painful. That's why they suppress them. So because they're not processing these emotions, they can't explain them to you. In order for the avoidant to be able to actually give you a clear explanation as to why they're running away, that would require them to self-reflect, and they avoid self-reflection. So that is why you only get these vague excuses from them when they throw you away. And another thing they avoid is processing the fact that they caused you a lot of pain and heartbreak. That's painful. That requires accountability, which also requires self-reflection. So they avoid that as well. They take all their feelings, they detach, they bury them, and they run away from it. So these very vague excuses, or the lack of closure altogether, is due to the fact that you were just discarded by a person who doesn't self-reflect.